Hi folks, Jake Shogler here. I'm at the Tronics Pro Trade Show 2025. I'm going to show you a few things that have really caught my eye of some of the products in the show. So number one is 2 years ago we brought out the HTO Pathfinder, which is a deadly little sand eel style metal lure, and that's proved to be really effective over the past couple of years. So we've brought out a couple of new sizes. We've brought out a 7 gram, which is going to be brilliant for sea trout. A 12 gram, again, a wee bit smaller, and it's going to have 1,000,001 uses. But we also evolved the Pathfinder. So now we've brought out the Pathfinder Roadkill. Now this lure is exactly the same sand eel type, but we've flattened it and made it slightly wider, which ultimately means that we can work that in shallower water. It's a long casting metal, same range of 4 colors, and it starts at a 14 gram lure and goes all the way up to a big bad boy at 42 grams. Now these lures are designed to cast really far and work nice and shallow, so absolutely perfect if you're searching the surf for species like bass. But you can also jig them vertically and they do pretty well as well. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to playing with them. And not only do we bring out the Pathfinder Roadkill, we've also shortened the lure and made it even wider, and we brought out the Pathfinder Stubby. So this little lure is a really compact. Again, it can work in shallow water, but it can also be jigged. And I can see instant use for this, especially if I'm fishing off the rocks on the East Coast, jigging down deep for codling, or a bit higher up in the water column, skipping across the top of kelp beds for pollock. These little guys are going to be a lot of fun to use. Single hook, so they're not going to get snagged up as much as something with trebles. Okay. So another lure that I'm really excited about, and it was one that we actually brought out last year. So last year we brought out the HTO Kamakazi. This top water lure has been doing really well for bass fishing. It's really easy to walk, and I played a part in the design of this, and I'm really proud of this lure. It's been really good. So to complement this size, which is 125 mil, we've now brought out a smaller 105 mil version, and this little guy, he weighs in at 11 grams, and albeit it's a light lure, because of the way it's weighted, everything's in the tail, and because of the streamlined shape of it, this actually casts a mile, and it works just as well as the bigger brother. So here's one of my HTO Kamakazis, and normally I'd like to show you all the shiny colors and all the ones that look great just like fish, but believe it or not, one of the most effective top water colors you can get is black. And the reason being is because from underneath, black gives the best silhouette of a top water lure. So the fish cannot fail to miss this. So that's why we brought out in this nice matte black color. And if you've not tried black, give it a go. You'll be really surprised. So one of the other little toys, one of my favorite things, certainly last year, was the HTO Pathfinder Soft. And I, again, was part of the design team that we came up with this, and it's a really effective sand eel lure. So to complement the original one, which is 120 mil and 12 grams, we've now brought out 2 new sizes, both of which are going to be really handy. We brought out a heavier, so that's 18 gram, and it's the same size, 18 gram head, 8 gram body. Again, really good for getting down deeper and working those kelp beds, especially for pollock. At least that's where I see my main use for it. And then to complement it, we also brought out a tiny little guy with a 4-gram body and a 2-gram head, so 6 grams in total, but the size that is going to be absolutely deadly when it comes to things like sea trout, and also when the bass are on much smaller bait fish. So another thing that's really caught my eye are these tackle box systems that we've got here. Now, we've taken some inspiration from Japan and produced this really, really handy sized, thoroughly sturdy little tackle box system. So what I really like about this, apart from the space, which is pretty generous inside, is the fact that it contains a few different features. So it's a kind of modular system, which means that you can add and take away certain things. So you can buy a rod holder, which just clips onto the side. That's neat and looks cool if you ask me. A little can holder, which again, you can add it, take it away if you want. And then when we go inside, it's a good amount of space in there. Now, this is something I see myself using mainly for my LRF gear, particularly if I'm fishing from harbors, because it's nice and sturdy and it's got a locking top here just by lifting the handle. It's the sort of thing I can carry about, dump down, and I'm not going to worry about where I'm putting it on the hard rocks because it's a pretty robust little tackle box. And yeah, perfect size for me, especially for if you're using the wee HTO light game boxes. They fit neatly in and you can get a fair few of those in there. I'll show you some of the features inside in a minute. Another thing that caught my eye is the slip foam top here. So this is perfect for storing your jig heads. Inside there's some hangers, which means that if you want to hang up your plugs to dry, nice and easy to take out from a vertical point of view. All of the dividers in there contain low hangers on the top. So you've got your main compartment, your slit foam underneath, and then if we go into the little top compartment, there's enough room in there to get all your bits and bobs, your drop shot weights, your hooks, and again, each divider comes with little hook hangers on the top. So all in all, really neat little bit of kit, perfect size, robust, and it's going to keep all your tackle safe and dry inside, with the ability to pop your rod in or pop your can in there. Nice little locking handle, lift it up, you're good to go. So this is the smaller size one. It also has a big brother. Again, with the same features, so the ability to add the little modular drinks holder or the rod holder, and you can add up to 3 of those on each side if you so require. Inside, a lot more room, so the ability to take more stuff. Again, each divider has hook hangers, a bigger slit foam area, a bigger area in the top for all your bits and bobs, the same good old locking handle, and the larger size also has the ability to add a strap so you can pop it over your shoulder when you're ready to leave and travel. So another product that's really caught my eye, and again I have specific uses for this, is the new HTO Backhand Bag. Now, pretty similar to other backhand bags, it's fully waterproof, soft sides. This one comes with not 1, not 2, but 3 rod holders, a utility pocket on the front with a zip, a little pliers holster on the side, the clip together carry handles here, which makes it easy just to lift with one hand, and if you're having to lug it about, also a robust strap there, which makes it easy to carry. And when we look inside, this is where the true genius of this lies. So double zip, we'll open her up, or rather double zip, we'll open her up, and if we look inside here, not only is it a generous space inside, enough for all your tackle, that it comes with an actual tackle caddy. Again, good size, that sits on top, that can separate all the stuff that needs to be dry from the stuff that you don't mind being wet in the bottom there. So you can put anything in there. You could fill the thing with water and keep fish in it if you wanted. But really, really handy, especially for me on my small boat when I'm fishing. A backhand bag like this makes sure that whatever I put in here is going to stay dry, contained, and it's not going to get affected by seawater. It's for me one of the best solutions to my boat fishing needs. The top plastic here is actually fairly rigid, which means it's a great table for either sorting out your lures, tying leaders, sorting out hooks. And one of the joys of this is that it has a recessed tray on the top. So if we're rolling about in the boat a bit, nothing's going to fall off. The other beauty of it is it has some little drain holes, some little channels here, so that when you're dealing with wet items like wet lures, swapping them over, you're not going to end up with a pool of water sat on top of the box. So I can't think of anything better for me. I'm really, really looking forward to using this. So another great thing for this year is this super cool landing net handle. Full carbon fiber, so it's really, really light. It's a short, compact size, and it actually extends to 3.5 meters. And if you combine this with a 60 centimeter landing net head, that gives you over 4 meters of reach, which is perfect for, like, if you're on the rocks and you're having to reach down and grab fish. You can land fish safely and easily, and it keeps you away from the swells. So this is something that's pretty essential to my fishing. The majority of my rock fishing is a good net handle. I'll extend it out, but believe me, it's proper long. Super strong, super light, just a really, really good bit of kit. It collapses just fine as well, so no problem extending it or taking out. And there's a little foam stop where all you need to do, quick squeeze, and you're good to deploy it or to stow it. So that's something that is going to be really handy for me. It does also come with a strap as well, so you can pop that over your shoulder, but it's such a small, compact, good bit of kit. Again, something I'm really looking forward to using and something I use all the time.